name is Matthew Makak, and this is Room 51 Live, where we stream all things board gaming. And today I am coming at you with a top 5 list of games to play after receiving top surgery. So it was 3 months ago on Tuesday where I received top surgery, which is a gender affirming surgery where I had a double vasectomy, essentially. And I've been feeling more and more in line with myself and my gender identity within my body and everything. So I wanted to celebrate that by coming out with this top 5 list. And I wanted to talk about this because when you have top surgery, there's a lot going on, right? So you have like these tubes coming out of you. I'm gonna try to be not too graphic, I guess, but you do have these like tubes coming out of you. You can't move your arms too much and everything. So it's like, okay, like what board games can you play after you've had this surgery? So for me, now everybody's gonna experience something a little bit different when they have top surgery. And usually this is like a female to male kind of surgery, unless you're getting that's usually what people are referring to when they say top surgery, I think. But sometimes, I guess it's the other way around, where it's like male to female, but you're getting like breast augmentation or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But anyway, so you could have differing just stuff going on for you. Like you can be feeling totally fine, no pain and everything, or you could be just not about it. For me, my first week was very much like I was feeling kind of exhausted, tired, and everything. There wasn't much pain. I was hopped up on a lot of medication. And so with that, actually, because of all the medication, I actually got really nauseous. My body can't handle all that kind of medication. And nausea is like a big factor for me because I get really anxious when I'm nauseous. I have like a phobia of vomiting. So that was like the biggest thing for me. Otherwise, the pain wasn't really there too much. It was mostly like I felt like I could not put my arms up like this. There was no way. You can't do that for the first like at least 2 weeks. But I'd say like don't do that for the first like month. And even still, like really like stretching up, like I try to be careful because I have scars all around, all from here to like here, and same for the other side here. And I don't want it to, exacerbate the scars. And what is up, JG Main? Ayo, welcome on in, brother. So yeah, and so you have to really be careful with what games you're playing, right? Like I avoided dexterity board games. So those are board games where you're, either flicking things or you're moving around the table or you're like trying to balance things like Jenga or Rhino Hero or things like that. Like you don't want to play those games. I would think for me personally, I would say you probably don't want to do that anyway. It's a lot because you have to move around a lot. You've got these tubes coming out of you, and it's just annoying, really, to move, and it's exhausting, and it could be a little bit painful, and it's probably just not good for your body in terms of your scars healing. So a lot of times I elected to play games that were pretty chill, and games that didn't require a whole lot of movement on my part, or games that like a lot of times the stuff that was going on in the game was in front of me. So like I had my own little player board or something like that, or I had I don't know. Another thing was like the length of the game played a big I guess portion into like what I was thinking about. Like I couldn't go for a very long game, though I love long games. Like that is what I lean towards. I really like playing elongated games that are huge and epic, grand scale games, right? And as you could tell, I'm a person who moves my hands around a lot, right? So that whole month I didn't stream or anything. I wasn't creating content or anything because I want to bring energy to my videos, which I always love doing. So this was kind of hard for me to like just like take it easy, you know. But I did want to play some board games, so let's get with it now. I'm gonna start off my top 5 list. I will say that this is not in any particular order. It's just from smallest game to biggest game, literally by box size that I have stacked on my desk here. So the first game I'm gonna bring out here is Cockroach Poker. Okay, and Cockroach Poker was a lot of fun. So this was a new to me game after I had gotten top surgery, and this is just a bluffing game. At first, when I saw Cockroach Poker, I was like, "Are you serious? Like, why cockroaches of all things? Like, why cockroaches?" Like insects themselves kind of freak me out, but like roaches, come on, man. But it's not about roaches. It's not I mean, it has roaches in it, but it has a whole bunch of things. So I'm just gonna take this out. So there's a whole bunch of cards here, right? And you've got like bats and scorpions and rats and stuff. Like it's you know all that kind of thing. But essentially, it's a bluffing style game where you're saying like you'll have a hand of cards and you'll just place your card face down to somebody else and say, "Yep, this is a spider," and you could be lying, you could be telling the truth. Who knows, right? And that person has to decide, like, are they going to pass the card to somebody else, or are they going to say, "Yep, I agree with you." And if they agree with you, and in fact, I did play a spider here. I'm sorry that the lighting is like kind of poor. But yeah, so I played a spider. If they agreed with me and they're like, "Yep, you played a spider," I was like, "Damn it," right? So I would put it in front of me. First person to have 4 of the same type of card in front of them loses, and everybody else wins the game. Now, if they were wrong and I had actually played like a bat, then, oh my gosh, thank you so much, MF Mice, for that subscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the congratulations, I'm assuming for my top surgery. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And first time chatter, so welcome to Room 51. Now, let's say they were wrong, right? And I'd actually played like a bat or something where apparently I'm just drawing a bunch of spiders. Let's say I played a rat. Okay, they were wrong. They say, "Yeah, you played a spider." They flip it over, it's a rat. Haha, I win. So they put it in front of themselves. And that's really how the whole game goes. So it's pretty chill. Like you're there's not a whole lot of arm moving around. And this is for something if I want to, like, if I'm feeling a little more energized, right? During the because when you have top surgery, you're gonna go ups and downs, right? Sometimes you'll have a lot of energy. Sometimes you won't have a whole lot of energy, right? Or sometimes you'll be in pain. Sometimes you'll be nauseous, maybe, like I was. When I was nauseous, I couldn't do a thing. Ruel, thank you so much for that subscription. Hi, Matthew. Good morning from California. Good afternoon from New York, baby. Thank you so much for that subscription. Thank you for stopping on by, Ruel. I appreciate you. And everybody, go ahead and check out Ruel's channel. He is awesome, and he is part of TLN, actually not just part of it, he freaking runs that show. Panic, what is up with the hype? And I am also part of TLN. So that's Cockroach Poker for when I was feeling a little bit more energized, but not like super down for like a longer game. So that was Cockroach Poker for one of my top 5 games. The next game I want to talk about, I'm going to actually try to figure out where I could put all these games, possibly on the floor here. That's just what's going to happen. Next game up was when, so a big support in my life and in this endeavor that I went on was my fiance, or is my fiance, but she seriously helped me through this entire process. She gave me the confidence to actually go through with something that I really wanted for a very long time. And I don't think I would have been able to do the surgery without her, to be honest. And so there were moments where it was just her and I, right? Like I didn't want a whole bunch of people over sometimes, right? And so it was just me and her, and we would play Fox in the Forest Duet. This is a super calm game. It's cooperative, which I love co-op games. And this is just a gem, right? So there's the regular Fox in the Forest, but then this one is the duet version. So Fox in the Forest is a competitive trick-taking style card game. This one is a cooperative trick taking style card game. Where there's not a whole lot. Probably the most famous one I would say is The Crew, which is very very good. But you have this board here, and I'm sorry again about the lighting. It's just not happening today. But you have gems all around this board, and you're trying to pick up all the gems within a lot of like 3 rounds or maximum of 3 rounds, because you could lose before the 3 rounds are up if you didn't do so well. But pretty much you're playing with these cards here, which with all different kinds of suits. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the light here that I could like use. But anyway, there's a bunch of different suits, and some of them have like special abilities that you can use, which is all very cool. What is up, Dutch Yoda? Hi all. And I see West Coast and East Coast love, baby. Yes, yes, yes. We got a hype train, possibly. Yeah, we do actually, with the 100 bits coming out. Thank you, Dutch Yoda. The bits, Steven Universe. Yeah. Thank you for those bits, Dutch. I appreciate that. But yeah, so you're playing these cards. They're wonderful. They're beautifully illustrated. What is up, board game dads? Hello, wonderful we humans. Hello, wonderful human to you. Thank you for stopping on by. Ruel dropping those emotes. Yes, that's our avatar, which actually you see on screen. I love it. And yeah, this game is super chill. It's hard. It's hard to win on especially like normal or difficulty mode. Did we win? I don't think we won. But I'm gonna blame that on not being in the best state, really. But yeah, I liked playing this because I mean, I'm not moving my arms a whole lot. There wasn't a whole lot like of thinking involved, although maybe if I had more thinking involved, we might have actually won this game. Fox in the Forest Duet, but it's a gem of a game, to be honest. When they first came out with this, I was like, really, you're coming out with like the co-op version of this game, like really? But it was actually a good game. I thought it was just going to be a money grab, but it's not. It's a legitimately good game. And actually, it's the only one I own. I don't own the competitive version of this game. So yeah, so this was good for Top Surgery because I didn't have to move around a lot. I was able to be chill if I wasn't like really in the mood to like do something super heavy or anything, and just chill with my fiance, right? And play some games, keep myself kind of active just to, I guess avoid boredom. But like I love playing games, so I want to play some games. So that was another game, Fox in the Forest Duet. So I'm gonna go on to my next game here, which is Point Salad. So Point Salad was cool. This was another new to me game during Top Surgery. I don't know why I decided to play a whole bunch of new games. I guess maybe I was feeling like newness in my life, so I wanted to play a bunch of new games. Although I'm always kind of down to play new games, but whatever. Yes, Point Salad is terrific, Ruel is saying. Yeah, it is so good. This game was a lot of fun. Again, it was super chill. Like you're doing your own thing. It's pretty much a set collection. Where you get certain cards of like different vegetables and salady things. But some things you could try to like gain, instead of getting like a vegetable card, you could instead decide to take like an objective card, right? And those objectives are what really gives you a whole bunch of points in the end. So there's a nice amount of decision making. They call this card drafting. I guess it is kind of card drafting in a way, except everybody sees what's out on the board there. It's like a whole market of cards out on the board. Very simple artwork, I would say, but still kind of like charming and cute. It does exactly what it needs to do. Let's see if the light lets me actually capture it. It does a little bit, right? So these are the cards, right? We have like our cabbage here, and we got like peppers and stuff that you could add to your point salad. And on the back of these cards, if you could see, which you probably can't because, no, it's not working. Anyway, some of it will say like, if you have the most carrots, you get 10 points at the end of the game. So it's all about like trying to figure out, okay, do I go for a vegetable right now, or do I go for an objective card right now to get me those points that I want? So that is Point Salad. Pretty chill game. It's pretty quick. I'd say it takes about a half an hour. Yeah, this says 15 to 30 minutes to play. And I'd say that's pretty accurate. So this one was another really fun one for me to play, especially if I was feeling in a mood of like a little bit of like, yes, I want like some tension, competitivity, and I had the energy for that. But if I was not feeling like super, like, yes, I really want to like think, because like I said, a lot of the times I was just really tired, especially that first week. So that's point salad. So those are 3 games down. I got 2 more games to go for you all. And the next up is a game that was sent to us by Stonemeyer Games. Jamie Stegmeyer is an amazing person. Rolling Realms. So this was his new game. I think this is his newest game that he's come out with, if I'm not mistaken. Panic Game says that's a fun one. I don't know if you're talking about Point Salad or Rolling Realms, but either way, yes, both are fun. Both are really, really fun. And Rolling Realms is a roll and write. So, oh, I'm sorry, I thought I saw something go off. We missed the hype train. Better luck next time, it says. Anyway, Rolling Realms is a roll and write, and it pretty much uses the universe of Stonemeyer Games. So all of Stonemeyer games are in this, right? Which is really cool, and it is like an abstract version of those games. So it's got like viticulture in there, Scythe, and I don't even remember what games. Euphoria is in here, and essentially everybody. So what was great about this was like you just have your own little player card and stuff that you're writing on. And you get these like really big chunky dice. I love these dice. They're so nice, right? And I didn't even have to be the one to roll them. It doesn't matter who rolls the dice. Everybody just like does whatever it shows there. And so this was great because I could just like be in my own little world, see whatever comes out. I get to write on my own little card. I don't have to move pieces around or anything like that. I just write on my own little card here, which was great. And this was really good if I wanted something relaxed, but I also wanted to do something a little bit heavier because this game does have a good amount of strategy in it, like a lot of strategy actually. And which is kind of surprising for just like how simple of a game this is. Like it's simple to learn, but hard to master, whatever that saying is. Easy to learn, difficult to master, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, so that is Rolling Realms. This was great. I got to play this a good amount, which was awesome. And then we actually got to stream it on our channel when I was feeling better. So thank you, Jamie, for setting this game. And this is just an excellent game. So this was really good after top surgery, so I could play on my own board. And if I wanted something a little more brain challenging, I guess. I don't know. Brain challenging, is that even a thing? I don't know. But then my last up here, so this was a game I played a ton. And now I will say that this one has the most going on in the game. It still only takes about like maybe an hour or so to play, but it is Space Base. Now Space Base was fantastic because I was pretty much just worrying about my own little tableau, my own board. The only issue with it was you have a whole tableau out there where you pick up cards to put on your fleet board, right? So that required stretching over. Now, sometimes I was able to kind of do it. Other times I had to have somebody else just like take the card for me and pass it over to me. Not a huge deal. I mean, like, you could do that in any game all the time anyway. It could become a little bit annoying, especially because it's like you're kind of constantly having to do it because you can't reach everything possibly. But for the most part, you're doing whatever is on your own board. What is up, Game Jedi? We were just talking about you. We were saying, like, yo, what happened to Game Jedi? We just figured out her name, and then she disappeared on us. So welcome on here. Thank you for stopping on by. I'm going through my top 5 games to play after top surgery. Today, or actually on Tuesday, was 3 months post-op for me, where I received top surgery. So Space Base is cool. When I was feeling really energetic, right? Where I was like, yeah, let's go, right? And I love space themed games. If I wanted something a little bit more, because I was craving that, because that's the kind of gamer I am. I'm the themer of the thinker themer, I guess. In terms of that, how are you feeling, Game Jedi? I am feeling really good, actually. The only thing is, and the camera's not quite picking this up, because I don't know, it's just making things very, very bright on my face. I look like a ghost. But what you can't quite tell, you could see it a little bit, I have totally broken out all over my face, and that is because of the testosterone. And apparently, so I've been on testosterone for 10 months, and I've just doubled my dosage. And so it kind of caused a breakout along my face. So it's kind of like I'm going through a second puberty. But other than that, I'm totally fine. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Just kind of tired, I guess, for the most part. But how are you doing? How are you, Game Jedi? How are all of you doing, by the way? And thank you for asking. But yeah, so Space was great for, just playing a game that was more aligned with what I generally lean towards, because this was only when I could handle it, when I was feeling energized, when I was feeling, like not so nauseous, or I wasn't in pain and I wasn't feeling very exhausted. I was able to play Space. And this was one of the games that I had the most fun playing, I'd say, when I was in the mood for it and when I was able to handle it. But this was probably about as much as I could handle at the time. Now, there are plenty of other games that you could play after top surgery that are kind of like in this realm, but these were the games that I just happened to have played. But you could play other games where you're just focusing on your own stuff. Maybe you're not feeling as exhausted as I was, and you could handle something that was a little bit longer and heavier. I personally couldn't. I needed time. Like, after I played a game, I was usually like, all right, time to go back to like laying down, or just chilling or watching Netflix or something, but that was it. So that was my top 5 games to play after receiving top surgery. And Game Jedi says, I grew up with someone who went through what you're doing some years back. Oh wow, that's cool. So I'm glad. I hope that person is feeling much better and more aligned with themselves. I've been saying this pretty much everywhere, that like top surgery was one of the best decisions I made for myself. And I was lucky enough to not have to really pay a whole lot for it, because my insurance covered pretty much all of it. So I was really lucky that my insurance was able to cover it all, in that regards. That's probably the best perk of my job, is the insurance. I mean, other than the fact of like what I get to do for a living. I'm a mental health counselor, which I love doing. He is so happy and feels more at home in his body. He is married, and he and his wife are happy. That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. And that's how I feel. Like, I feel so much more at home with my body. I've noticed like my voice has been dropping. I just feel good. Like, wearing this shirt and like this flannel and everything. Like, I feel so much better about it. I feel so much more confident in it than before. Because before I would try to kind of like hide up and everything, but now I'm like, yeah, baby, I love the way I look and everything. Like, I feel like myself, and it's just an amazing feeling, right? To feel aligned with your body, your gender, who you are, and then actually being able to express it. And it could be really, really hard, because it took me obviously years. So I'm 29 years old. So it pretty much took me like 29 years to come out as non-binary. And it was an amazing thing for me. Yes, I got some lashback from like internet folks, but that'll happen. But I was at that point in my life where I was like, I don't care. It's not for you. It's not for anybody but for me, right? And like I said, like, my fiance has been like an amazing support. She took care of me throughout my entire recovery process, and through the surgery, she was there the entire time. Along with my siblings are humongous supports, and their significant others as well were really great supports. And one of my best friends, Matt, he has been an amazing support as well. He actually sent me like a whole care package of like, boxes of like chips and cookies and peanuts and all that stuff, just to like get through the recovery process, I guess, right? I munch out on that kind of stuff. I actually still have some chips left, but for the most part, I ate them all. I love junk food, especially cookies. I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much. Yes. So that it's been great. So that is something like you really need a support system when you're going through this, because it's a huge change and it's a huge thing to do, to come out. It's a really brave thing on your part to do. If you ever do decide to come out about whatever it is, your sexuality, your gender identity, and it's been scary every time for me, but it's also been incredibly rewarding every single time I've done it, every single time I've actually come out, in the workplace, online, and all that stuff, to my family, which is amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Go say hi to M Peoples. This will be great. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited. Have a good one. This has been